Hey everybody, it's Pajama Life with our review of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, The Long Walk, and Starfleet Academy. Let's go.
I was squire to Sir Arlen of Pennytree since I was a boy.
He charged me to be a good knight,
To defend the weak and the innocent. And I swore that I would.
What's this? It's a hedge knight, ain't it? What? It's like a knight, but sadder.
We're not sad. Came for the tourney.
Tourney is a contest for knights. You a knight?
I'm no farmer.
Yet you've come dressed as one.
Every knight needs a squire, and you look like you need one more than most.
Sir Duncan the Tall. How good a knight are you?
you'll see. It's this way.
Hey everybody, it's us, Pajama Life, and with A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Pat, you've read these books. Let us know what you think.
It's got an interesting tone. I mean, I got a lot of George R.R. Martin, the stuff he completes and the stuff he doesn't complete, which is everything pretty much. Yeah, George, if you're watching this, finish please before you die. Just a thought. This is a graphic novel. I did enjoy it a lot. I mean, it's the tone of, first off, the cinematography was really good. I caught that right away. It was gorgeous looking. HBO has obviously very good production values and a tight relationship with George R.R. Martin. Overall, the whole thing felt a little too whimsical to start out with, maybe a little too, oh, look, I'm a big bumbling idiot. Ha ha ha. And it'll get better, I suspect. And HBO knows what they're doing with this stuff as long as they have a steady hand on the tiller, as it were, because we don't want to have a last two seasons of Game of Thrones again, because that's when it jumped the shark, or the dragon in this case, I suppose. It was, I'm enjoying it. I think it's got a lot of potential. I'm seeing some interesting characters, and I don't want to give spoilers away. You'll find out eventually who everybody is. But there's some hidden characters in there that'll be really important later on, and historically, because this happens well before the Game of Thrones section starts. So it's between what you're seeing in the House of Dragon and the Game of Thrones portion, because we've still got a lot of stuff going on. So it's really interesting stuff. Enjoy it. I will enjoy it. I'll be watching it, of course, because heck, there's swords in it. So yeah, I'm there. So you should be watching this if you enjoy that kind of thing.
I don't know. I thought the thing that turned me kind of off, I'll try to pick back up on it, is the whole scene in the forest when he uses the bathroom. I just thought that was so disgusting and unnecessary. And it just kind of was like, ugh, what is this? I'm tired of seeing that kind of humor or that kind of stuff going on. It just doesn't, and it didn't move the narrative. So it was just something gross in the middle of the scene. I was like, this is nasty. But the story, I kind of can't yet connect to it. I don't know if they struck the right tone. And so that was kind of, I know it's not going to be House of the Dragon or Game of Thrones, but I want a nice kind of fantasy story. And so far, I just got this sad sack tall dude running around trying to figure things out. I don't know. Not yet for me, but I will give it a chance. David, what do you think?
Well, I actually, and I have not read any of this, I did like the whimsical aspect of this. It was a different flavor of the Westeros world. And, after watching, as anyone who has been to a funeral and you see a brother and sister mourning the death of their child, they have sex on top of the coffin. I was kind of happy for this. I was kind of, oh, okay, it's okay.
It was a palate cleanser. Yes.
It was a palate cleanser, very much so. So I kind of like that aspect of it. There was and maybe just because I'm getting my different sci-fi things here, but man, this reminded me so much of The Last Airbender as I'm watching the kid interacting.
Yeah.
And for better or for worse, that was like, ooh, it's kind of channeling that. And I don't know what's happening, but in terms of people maybe not being who they are, there's probably some misdirection and shuffling of characters there. I look forward to seeing it. I found it entertaining, and I really enjoyed it. I did like the big goober, Duncan the Tall, man. I enjoyed him. I thought this was fun. He's Dr. Duncanstein for sure. I think I did read that the character that Martin created is 7 feet, and the young man is he's only 6'6", which keeps him out of the 5 spot in basketball. But he could play either a 2 or a 3 on that. So either way, that's a load for the horse to have to carry. But I'm ready. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to enjoy this story and see what kind of fencing sword work I can kind of pick up from it.
Now, who do we think Egg is?
Oh, I know, but carry on.
I think it's Egon, who was at the wall. I think it was him. Because it's 90 years, and this child looks to be about, 7, 8, 10? I don't know kids' age.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, and then he was really old, so it kind of still would kind of fit who he is. That's who I think Egg is. And the Baratheon, I was like, oh, okay. When I saw the antlers, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, they were a very prominent family. So it'll be interesting to see if all the families make it.
Well, they did hint at, Lannisport, Flea Bottom. I mean, this is obviously a familiar world to anybody who's watched the shows.
Yeah,
you're going to have the Lannisters. You're going to have, High Towers. You're going to have the Baratheons. Targaryens are in power at this point in history. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on there. I mean, you're going to see a lot of familiar things. You're going to hear callbacks from the original shows that they might have talked about in the history of, the High Gardens or, this, and you may hear about one of these people, but they're really old in that show. It's going to be interesting. Some good stuff. There's a lot of things, and a lot of, if you haven't watched it in a while, you should probably go back and watch it or reread the books. Either way, probably be a good primer for you.
Definitely. All right. So I think it's not quite a mixed review, but not
more
overwhelmingly.
positive than not.
Yeah, more positive than not.
The yays have it. The is in the minority today.
Oh. All right. Up next is maybe the best Stephen King movie is The Long Walk. Let's take a look.
Let's be Musketeers. All for one.
One for all.
No, and again, I need to hear it louder. All for one.
And one for all.
It's heavy sack to sign up for this contest.
I'm not going to go through the whole rule book, but it boils down to this. Walk until there's only one of you left.
Who's ready to win?
This is walk or die.
The only guarantee you have as a human being is that you are going to die. If you're lucky, you get to choose how you spend those last moments.
I don't have much to lose. I have everything to gain, and that's why I'm here.
Oh, wow. So we know somebody's favorite person is in this. So we'll start with David. What did you think of The Long Walk?
I thought this was a really great story. This is actually, as we were talking about, Stephen King novel. He started this. It was the first novel he started to pen. I think Carrie got published before, beforehand, but he started this in the mid 60s in this dystopian world. I really enjoyed it. I was a little shocked with this story in that, and I'd love to get your guys' opinion here. I think it stands on its own merit. You see the trends and some of the common themes that Stephen King mentions, throughout his work, the young men and the journey, and that's in a lot of his stuff.
Yeah.
But I really am curious to what you think. If after the Hunger Games and Insurgents and some of these have come out, they came before his novel. I mean, his work came before, but theirs were put out in the movie theater first. Does he lose some thunder? Does it lose luster from the public's perspective? I think it's an outstanding story. Many of his films have not been great in comparison to the books. Stand was a great miniseries, but I did enjoy it. I thought this was very well done. Yes, I won't go on and on and on about one of my favorite people, but yes, there was
You got to say something about your favorite person. Come on.
Not right now. Too much going on. But nonetheless, I do encourage people to watch it, see it, and I'm definitely going to watch it again for that particular reason, no doubt.
Well, I liked it. I thought it was great. I thought this was really solid, and I feel like his novellas translate better than some of the longer form ones. Yeah. And this one is really good. And I think those others that you mentioned, David, coming before, they borrowed from his work. So, if the original, how do you judge the children of the original? You know what I mean? And so this one is such a simple concept, though. I mean, you are put into a situation where you have to walk, and that's it. And that is such a simple but powerful concept. The way he then talked about the characters in the journey and their conversations and what was going on, this dystopian world that led to this. I mean, it was a pretty horrible, one person from every state has to walk, and at the end, only one child, I mean, these are children, survives. That's some crazy, horrible people.
And there's an executive order to create something just like that in honor of our nation's birthday this summer.
I heard about that.
The Patriot Games. I'm not kidding.
Hopefully it won't involve death, but you never know with this situation going on right now. But I think the premise of it is great, and I think the way he tackled the subject was really powerful, and it was really interesting that the simplicity of it made it so powerful.
Yeah.
And Mark Hamill, I swear to God, this guy he can do everything. And you talk about that line of someday you'll live long enough to become the villain, and I mean, he has become a fantastic villain.
He really has.
I love him playing the bad guy, and he's almost I didn't recognize him at first. I was like, is that Kiefer Sutherland? But then I was like, oh, wow.
That was me too. That's me too.
Yeah. And what a departure. And that was so cool to see. So, and what a great twist this movie has. I definitely won't spoil it, but it has an amazing twist. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love this so much. So definitely it's a win for me. Pat, what you thinking?
Oh, I love it. Was a really good movie too. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was a work I was unfamiliar with, even though I'm sitting here looking at my wife's complete collection of Stephen King books in front of me behind the screen. Is it the best movie? man, I don't know. Best, I would say The Shining is. God, what a contender!
Let's talk about that for a sec.
No,
Stand by Me.
Well, Stand By Me is another one I would throw up there. I would also throw up The Green Mile. I mean, there's several that were really well done.
There's Shawshank Redemption.
I mean, there's several really well done stories, and occasionally they get it right.
Yeah,
I would say this is one they got it right. I would say these other ones we mentioned they got it right. Yeah, sure, they got some that were terribly wrong. Christine, horrible. I mean,
I was gonna
The
say
Fog. I mean, there's several of them that were really, really, really stinkery. But I mean, at the same time, every one of these stories is iconic enough. And you know what, Stephen King, God bless him, he just keeps making movies. And the thing about this, and you talked a little bit about how it was the first book maybe of all these post-apocalyptic, let's have kids kill kids or whatever, basically. And man, he's not far from wrong. We get closer and closer every day to this stuff, and it's not bueno at all. So I mean, it's a good cautionary tale, and it's also, hopefully it does what good art's supposed to do. Hopefully it makes you think about things, and hopefully grow a bit, and if for those that are maybe not all the way grown yet. So
yeah, good points. So I think we all agree, definitely check out The Long Walk. It's on STARZ right now. Okay, now back to I got arm twisted, but here we are with the 3rd episode of Starfleet Academy. Let's take a look. Maybe.
We could always reenact it.
Oh,
pew,
that's the wrong
pew,
one.
pew, pew.
Pew, pew. That's right.
Well, let's talk about it. Starfleet Academy. Patrick, since you love it, talk a little bit about it.
Okay, the first two, and it wasn't that I didn't. I loved it. I mean, I was willing to keep giving it. I'm going to keep giving it chances. Some of the things that I think you and Dave both brought up a little bit, kind of got on my nerves a little bit this time. The Holly Hunter, just always just lounging. I mean, that was distracting.
In that man's house.
It wasn't so much as inappropriate. It was just distracting. I'm like, okay, I get it. You're very comfortable. That's cool. I'm okay with that. Live in your skin. That's fine. But that was kind of weird. And it's starting to get with the War College versus the Academy. It's starting to feel very Hogwarts. You got
Hogwarts. I told my husband, Hogwarts in space.
Yes, it was. It kind of felt like that. You have the bad team, and then you have our good team, and then you got the sponsors, or their commandants or whatever they were called, the chancellor and commandant of the War College, and hey, it's the head of house, it's Professor McGonagall and Professor Snape. I mean, they have it felt a little lazy, as I would say, just for that part of it, just the way they decided to pull their characters from and everything. I'm willing to keep going with it. Let's see where it goes. I mean, there's some interesting characters in there of the actual students. I'd like to see where they go with some of that. You've got the basically a pacifistic Klingon. That's interesting as heck. I'm there for that. I want to see where that goes. I want to see where the protonic girl goes. How, because she's got some things going on there too. I mean, there's some interesting dynamics kind of going on there, and I think they've got a place for it. It feels a little bit more teen centric, which it should be. It's supposed to be people coming through Academy, but the production of it just feels like it's kind of Hogwarts, in space, as you said so succinctly. But this episode was not great.
I kind of like this episode a little bit better.
Did you? Oh, that's
because
interesting.
It was, not to be a contrarian, but I thought it was kind of what I was thinking it would be. And it was fun. I like to see the two monsters that they used. I don't know if that Lappy one was from another series, but the one they used, the big Yeti
The
looking
Gorn.
thing with the horn.
Yeah, the
that
Gorn.
was in one of the episodes, and so I was
TOS.
like,
Yep.
I was like, oh, what I'm waiting for. Why isn't there a Tribble cadet? Come on. The Tribbles should be in there. And because they would
Are they
have
sentient,
a
though?
translator.
Right. That's the
and
question.
and then the Tribbles could be in there as a little being. And that would make me so happy to see a Tribble as a Starfleet cadet. Would just make my world just so complete and happy.
But if there's one, if you feed them, they're like gremlins. If you feed them after midnight, you'll have so many of them.
Well, all they do is
they're
eat.
born pregnant.
And...
Remember, they were born pregnant. If they eat, they start reproducing.
But, okay, so
and they're not sentient, by the way.
You could have them have a birth control, and so that
they are not
overpopulated.
Republican heads are blowing up right now. Stop it.
No, you could give them like something so that they could join the Federation as a member. And that would just be so awesome. I just want to see where they could go with a Tribble cadet.
Keep thinking.
Try
to manifest that, Pam. Just manifest it.
I just want to, please, Starfleet, please, Paramount Plus, and Alex Kurtzman and Gene Roddenberry III, please make a Tribble a cadet. That would be the best thing you could ever do for this series. And then maybe they fall in love with somebody. You know, like that one in the box that then drove Spock crazy. And you
could be like
they could put like the Tribble.
Stop, Dave. I know where you're going.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. That would be amazing.
I'm just, well, I mean, if we're going to go that way, I think they need to have a love triangle with the Jem'Hadar and the comedian.
Okay.
And the Tribble.
Let me talk about the Jem'Hadar. Let me talk about this. Okay. That costume is some bull. Beep. Because it looks like a freaking mask. It's dumb. And why she got black hair in the back? Why wasn't her hair blue connected to her skull?
Part Klingon.
Why is that? That is so dumb. It's so dumb. It looks ridiculous. And her character is one note. All she does is scream. And you are a crybaby. And I'm like, ugh, I'm so sick of this
Jem'Hadar
character.
and Klingon hybrid. I mean, yeah, she's going to scream a lot. That's just what they do.
No, I don't
That's
like
their nature.
It. And they gave her all the personality and made the Klingon a sap. And I'm like, I don't like this Klingon like this. I'm sorry. I need my Klingons to be strong and powerful like my coffee. That's what I need. Like that. I do not need some, like, I don't know, kind of strange Klingon that they're making this guy. I don't like it at
It's
all.
definitely a different look at a Klingon. I'm more open to that.
Worf was a different look at a Klingon, so I mean,
well, that's true.
And how many times are Klingons going to change? I mean, come on,
he looks just like
appearance keeps changing with every daggum series. It's ridiculous. Get it together with the Klingons. David, go ahead and talk about this.
Well, I'm going to keep watching this. And I got to tell you one thing, and I want to pan it. I want to rip it. I want to mock it. I'm so disappointed on so many pieces. And then I remember that last week that Deputy Chief of Staff for the White House, Stephen Miller, is crying and whining about how horrible this show is. And that makes me just stop and reconsider my criticisms of the show, because I'm not going to be on his side if I can help it in any way, shape, or form. There are some problems with this. This definitely had more of a Revenge of the Nerds. I'm not into the Hogwarts stuff, but you know, you've got that rivalry stuff going there. You know, maybe there were some issues. I didn't like kind of the actual part of the plot with the two rivals as they're becoming captains in this, and I thought that was something I didn't like that aspect of the story. It is a work in progress, and I will see what levels of character development and interesting stories we can come up with. Right now, it's not, it looks like Trek, it's talking like it's Trek, but it's not feeling Trekky enough for me. But this one was a lighthearted one. Let's see what episode 4 is like. It's still better than The Acolyte. I'm going to give it that. And we'll.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like The Acolyte, though, too. So.
Did you really?
It was okay.
Yeah, I was just.
I wouldn't say I hate it. I know that you guys didn't like it because it showed Jedi in a bad light. And I'm like,
it's grown on me.
People make mistakes. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I think that it definitely has time to grow. We got 10 episodes, so
yeah. Let's see what it does.
The thing is, and if you guys look back at like the first season of Next Gen, there were some really weak stories in there.
There were.
You're right. And I mean, and it's become this beloved show because it grew. It figured out what worked, what didn't work, and they made the changes they needed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in this day and age, is there enough time? If it's not, if things aren't a hit right away, these companies don't have the artistic sensibility to hang in there for a couple seasons.
And look at Star Trek itself. 67 episodes.
Yep.
And look at its life based on Rebirth from the
60 years.
Yeah.
60 years.
That's unreal what it has done and what it's developed. So life finds a way. I'll give it some hope. I'll give it a chance, and we'll see. We'll see what comes with it.
Yeah. Well, that is it for us. The Oscars were we had the nominations this week, and just for people who watch the show regularly, there were 13 that were based on books, and so that's pretty cool. And 6 of the 10 Best Pictures are based on books. So some really good stories, interesting, some surprises. Check out my IMDb page, PJ Mamer, and I have a list there of all of the Oscar-nominated book adaptations. But we definitely weekly will be reviewing at least the Best Picture nominee in each of the categories as we get closer to the Oscar season. So look for that in the coming weeks. David, say goodnight to the people.
Everybody, thank you for joining us. It is a cold, cold night across our nation. But we hope that you stay warm and safe with your friends and family. And let freedom ring. Let freedom ring.
Yep. Very much so. Pat, say goodnight to the people.
Good night, everybody. Stay safe. Watch out for your neighbors. If it's cold, stay warm, because I mean it's single digits here in the Midwest, and it is real. Let me tell you. So everybody, stay warm, and like I say, watch your neighbors. See something, say something. I don't know if I'm allowed to curse on this or not, but I'm going to go ahead and take a chance. I'm going to say fuck ice. So there you go.
Yeah. And I forgot to say, next week is a big week. Wonder Man is finally out. We will review that. Bridgerton, the first part of the new season is out. And Starfleet Academy, we'll look at this next episode. So we've been waiting for a while for Wonder Man, and I'm trying to figure out why they released them all at once. So but I hear it's really interesting and good. So we'll see. Definitely, y'all stay out of the grocery store. Stop emptying the shelves. You know you don't need 7 cartons of milk. Cut it out. Stay off the road. Stay safe. Help your neighbors. How we win is by helping one another. Love defeats hate. And we'll see you next time. Take care.